Hello. Oh, that's not fucking Morgan Freeman. That's what's his name? George Takei. Oh my. Oh
Classic.
my. Course laid in, Captain.
Well, best of course has been laid in, the captain.
Hello, Davey.
Hello, sir. Hello, everybody. How are we today?
I always catch you out, don't I?
You do every time.
I always say it differently every time.
Well, it's not like you've got a catchphrase yet, is it? So it's fine to experiment with different ways to introduce us into the show.
Well, I've got that thing given that intro that I did last week that I played at the end that you sort of laughed at.
I did. It was funny. It was unexpected, and it did the job.
And I would play it, but it would fuck up the edit again, and I don't want to do that.
Well, we'll skip it for now. But yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome to another watch along. You're still joining us here, so we appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Yes, and I think we're getting popular with certain individuals who used to watch it back in the day. I had a comment the other day saying we must have watched it or something because it was big. Don't know how long ago it was in the UK, but I didn't really watch the Ricky Gervais stuff back then. I knew of his existence, and I watched him more for his real life stuff, off the cuff stuff. I never watched him. I watched The Idiot Abroad. This is like the origin story of that, isn't it?
Yeah, again, same as you. I've never really watched it. I knew of the show, but this was my first kind of watching of it in its entirety because it was still fresh to me. And the reactions you're seeing, folks, by the way, they are genuine because I've not seen any of them. So when I'm laughing, it's because I genuinely find it new and funny to me. So yeah, those naysayers out there, it's really
good. Boo. But the thing is, there's a lot of people also saying that no matter how many times you watch these, it's funny still because it's promotes a reaction. So it's still a good show to react to. I love it, and we're only at episode 6, so we've got tons to do.
I'm amazed that we've gotten this far. I never thought this would last. I thought it'd be like just a one-off thing. Maybe we wouldn't get any kind of response from it, but it's been really good, and I'm enjoying it. So it's great to come back again and react with you guys watching at home and hopefully joining in and enjoying it.
Of course, spending time with me.
Well, I mean, that's obvious. That's taken as a given. I mean, the only reason to do this is to spend time with you.
Yeah, I mean,
the viewers at home, they know this. They know this. I don't have to tell them. They know.
There is a sexual chemistry between us that is unspoken.
The reason it's unspoken is because it's not true.
No, okay. Come on.
No, I'm not going to fall for that trick. I'll start saying things and it'll be misconstrued as something else.
It'll be edited down and it'll put on the loop.
Exactly. People need to realize that when you're the person editing it, you can make it sound like someone said anything that you want them to say. So I'm very careful about how you're tricking me.
It's like I could eat a knob at night. Cut right there.
I'm sorry, what?
I could eat a knob at night.
I thought that's what you said.
Yeah, that's what Ricky Gervais and Karl said, didn't it? Send it to the gay clubs.
Well, or anywhere these days,
Well, Asda.
You could probably say it in Asda. You might get a bit of a strange reaction from saying it, but it's worth a go. Pop into Asda and give it a try.
I could eat a courgette at night.
My apologies, everyone.
Anyway, we've got to get on with this. All right, we've got to get on with it because people are going to start tuning out.
We're getting sidetracked. Apologies, everyone. Normal service shall resume.
Yes. Anyway, let's get on with it. So this is episode 6, Cobblers.
Load of old cobblers in it.
So in it. A lot of cobblers.
Joe from Bradford asks, "What body parts can you live without?" He wants to know. He's obviously having sleepless nights thinking about this.
What? So.
The brain. He's scoped this far.
Yeah, I did a bit of an experiment on this, right?
Brilliant.
It's my job at home to wash up, right? Suzanne does.
She gives you all the really big responsible ones. Yeah. She sort of like pays the bills and wires the house. And you go, what can I do? And you can go, well, you can go and play with the worms in the garden.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's my job to wash up and that, right? And I thought to sort of make it interesting and stuff. I thought, I wonder if I can do it, right? if I didn't have any thumbs.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And so what did you do?
So I just sort
You
of did
sliced
it.
off your thumbs.
I just sort of held them in, and it's amazing how like it took me ages just having like that one thing gone.
Well, it's part of our evolution, the opposable thumb. Basically, that's when we soared. These are milestones in human evolution. The opposable thumb, the forward-facing eyes, the upright. These are massive things in taking us out of the animal kingdom.
And one day, Karl, you'll walk upright.
But what do you mean about eyes facing forward? You mean before we got here, there was people whose eyes were looking in their head?
Yeah.
So when you were doing this experiment, washing up, you say that you found it difficult. It took you ages. So you didn't just give up once you realised how essential thumbs were.
No,
you actually washed up everything.
I just think of Suzanne walking in and Karl's there, just covered in water and very liquid suds, standing on a pile of broken crockery.
Yes, plunging his face into the sink every 30 seconds and just swishing his head around.
But we talked about the washing up thing before, I know, and I sort of look out of a window, so the sink's in front of the window.
Yeah.
And that's why I quite like washing up, because I can just look out onto the street, see people going past. There's like a local homeless fella called Franco. Look out, and he's all right.
Have the piss.
But I was looking across the way, right, and there's some there's some Chinese people who live in a flat, right, really small flat.
Chinese.
And they're up till all hours. I don't know what they're doing. But they decide to back up at about 3:30 in the morning. That. They're always really noisy and that. But above them, there was some woman, right, who the sort of bedroom is on par to our kitchen, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sort of washing up.
Yeah.
And I sort of look across and see this woman with no pants on and that, no bra and that.
Naked.
That's the word you're looking for.
Yeah, she's just wandering about, on that. So I was like, oh, what's going on here? So I carried on washing up and that, right? And kept looking, and then I was looking, and she looked at me. Right, so we made eye contact.
Sure.
So I was like, oh God, right. So what I thought the best thing to do was sort of drop me pants a little bit.
What?
Just a little bit, just like I
Why?
had boxer shorts on and that. I thought if I just show a little bit of sort of arse cheek, then it's kind of like right, we quits.
I don't understand the thinking.
So Suzanne's watching the telly, right? I think she was watching Sex and the City or something.
Yeah.
She sort of turns around to see how I'm getting on with the washing up, right? She sees me with like my pants sort of down a little bit with my arse out. She said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Don't look now." I said, "But there's a woman over the road, right? With no pants on and that." She caught me looking. I'm just giving her a bit back.
That could be wrong.
I love the fact that he explains the rules, and Suzanne's meant to go, okay.
That makes sense. But I don't. So hang on. So you showed a bit of your arse. You turned presumably to show the arse. So
Well,
waggled the arse at the
I
woman.
had to lift it up a little bit on the draining board.
What? Hang on though. What did she do? Did you register her reaction when she saw a bit of your arse? What happened?
When she saw my arse,
Yeah.
Well, then I wasn't looking because I thought, in a way, I don't want it to look like, well, I've seen a bit of your stuff. Here's a bit of mine. I just thought at the end of the day, I caught a glance of you.
It's only fair.
You've had a bit
That
back.
could be an invite, couldn't it?
I'm not
You
making
see,
a big deal out of
I
it.
genuinely think James Stewart missed a trick here in Rear Window.
Yeah.
This would have been, a much better film had James Stewart just popped his pants down.
It would have given a whole new meaning to the title Rear Window.
Yeah, exactly.
It's tricky. I seem to be surrounded by people like that. Remember that film, that Sliver or something?
Okay, right.
When they've got video cameras.
Yeah.
I'm just looking onto everybody's world and just seeing what people are getting up to. Nothing wrong with that.
Brilliant.
That's why I like washing up.
I like washing up too.
Oh yeah.
We were talking about famous mantras and sayings and things.
Yeah.
Never has a Manc said so much to so many that means so little.
Brilliant.
So you can have that on your headstone. Rupert.
Your little round headstone.
Rupert's in the Isle of Man. He says, I don't know if you knew this, Karl, but apparently octopus's testicles are located in their heads.
Yeah. But then, to me, that isn't that amazing, because at the end of the day, an octopus really all it is an head. Isn't it?
So everything it's got has to be in
It
the
has to
head.
be in the head. It looked daft if they dangled down below.
Oh,
So all it is, I mean, there's a lot
Hang
of
on,
facts.
they dangled down below. I'm wondering if that could almost be the B-side to
Besides,
Eat a Knob at Night.
I could eat a knob at night.
oh, it's back again. It's happening
Like
again.
James Round says, Karl, if you could be anyone in the world, who would it be?
Dead or alive?
Why would you choose to be a dead person?
No, but sometimes like there's people
Dead
who are
person.
now dead, but everybody raves about them. What I mean is, if
I'll just answer the question. Who would you be and why? Someone you
No, no,
admire
no.
or you think had a good life. Just answer the
but what
question.
I mean is, it's good to be remembered. Like Winston Churchill is remembered
Yeah.
as being a decent bloke, but I wouldn't want the hassle that he had. So I don't want to live his
The
life.
hassle.
Right.
But it's good to be.
Yeah, fighting
You'd
the
like
war.
to be Winston Churchill, but you'd
Oh,
like to have
yeah,
a paper round instead of.
Saving the world.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. But is he saying whose job would I want to
Oh.
take on?
It's not that
The
complicated.
question is this: if he could be anyone in the world, who would Karl be? That's the question. That's all the information I've got.
A lot of responsibility on a lot of jobs, isn't they?
Some of the names.
Just
flow
doesn't
to
want
your head.
responsibility, does he?
No.
I was thinking Bruce Willis.
What?
What?
expected that. I never
Bruce
expected
Willis?
that.
So his responsibility in your mind is what? Saving people who are trapped in a building with terrorists?
Well, yeah, maybe his worries are different worries. With people who have a lot of money, come other worries.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So Bruce Willis, he's always going on these marches, isn't he, saying stop war and all that. Mainly because he's got more to lose.
Looks like
because of
me.
War. He's got loads of houses.
Nice
One of them's
chin.
going to get damaged. Whereas if you're poor, you've got the one house. If there's a war, it's like, oh, just end it all for me. Then I'm sick of it anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
So
Whereas Bruce, yeah.
With successful life and happy life, there's more for you to lose, is what I'm saying.
Right.
Like at the moment, because I've finished a job that I've been at for 10 years. Right, I've finished work.
Normal service will be resumed shortly.
Working there, so suddenly I've got
There you go.
my timetable's a bit out, and I haven't got enough of a routine. And I'm a man who likes to know what I'm doing. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
am.
now suddenly
5 until 7, washing up with no thumbs.
I've sort of turned into like an old person, where the little jobs that you shouldn't enjoy are now the main event. So
But hold
like,
on, how old are you? You're 31, aren't you?
32.
32, and you're pottering around, not knowing what to
I'm
do
like
with
that.
yourself.
Well, like yesterday, Suzanne's shoes needed to go to the Cobblers, right?
That's what Cobblers.
I didn't even know Cobblers still existed.
I only ever see that in Christmas films made by Disney.
Well, I had to go and do that, and that suddenly.
Because last time you were going to the toffee shop, now you're going to the Cobblers. Next week is the candlestick maker.
But all I mean is that suddenly is a nice little day out. I'm sort of putting my coat on, going right. I'll go and see the cobbler now and have a chat.
Tell me about the
You
cobbler.
didn't come back with 3 magic beans, did you?
No, the cobbler's all right. He's doing he's fixing
Cobbling.
shoes and that.
He's cobbling. He's cobbling all day.
Have I told you about my uncle Alf, who was a cobbler?
No.
I'm sure I told you about him. He's one who he lived in like a bed sit, and he had 2 tellies. He had like one that the sound didn't work on, and one that the picture didn't. But both together, it worked. So as long as he was watching the same channel on both, sound came out of one telly, and he'd watch the picture on the other.
Brilliant.
And he slept in like a rubber dinghy, right? but he was
He knows some
You can't
strange
just let that
people.
slide. Why does he live in a rubber dinghy?
he just liked boats and stuff, and he sort of.
Yeah, I like boats, but they're better on the water. Beds are better to sleep on. Boats are better to sail on.
Well, he just had it in there. It's a bed set. It was really tight space.
set.
He's got this. He's got
A
this.
boat set.
Dinghy
He's
set.
got this dinghy, so he's thinking, well, rather than it get in the way, I might as well use it.
Yeah.
Right? But he was a cobbler, and he used to like repair like my shoes and that, right?
Yeah.
But he'd always sort of overdo them, right?
What do you mean?
Over 2.
Like, do
Fancy.
you know like Pimp My Ride on MTV?
Yeah.
because he does up shoes, he'd go mental on them.
What do you mean? There was the stereo.
Yeah.
Well, no.
There was Here comes Karl. Here comes Mr. Pilkington. He's got the fastest shoes in the land.
Well, he just makes shoes that will last forever. So instead of putting like one sole on, he'd put about 5 on. So it looked like one of them built-up shoes that you never see. It just put loads of stuff on. They'd last forever.
Why take?
But they did.
But they look like orthopedic shoes.
Yeah. It just like suddenly I was like 6'7" whenever he'd sort of sorted my shoes out. But he's a cobbler, and you know it's work. That's always there for you, isn't it?
I suppose so.
I've never been to
So
a
you went
cobbler.
out to take Suzanne's shoes to the cobbler.
Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. So I just took him to the cobblers and that was like a nice little job for the day. Got a leaflet through the door saying, you know, if you want to walk a dog, you know, the rates are good. I don't know what they pay and that. And I thought if I do that and get a paper round, 2 in 1.
Sorry, you just went from a job, right, where you were the head of production at a radio station. Dare I say it? Can I discuss your?
Well, it was an all right wage. Yeah.
It was very good.
But I wasn't happy, so it's pointless.
No, I know that, but to go from the head of a department on a lot of money
Elephant Man.
to
A monkey.
walking dogs and doing a paper round, I don't know.
No, but it's about being happy, isn't it?
I know, but that's commendable if that's true. But okay,
And that makes you happier.
Well, I haven't walked the dog yet, but I'm just saying if I do, I mean, I'm not taking it if it's raining. I'm just thinking if it's a nice sunny day.
Isn't that the
and I
point?
fancy a potter, I'll go
That is
round
the
to
point,
him and
yeah.
say, well, how much are you paying? I'll take the dog a walk. And stuff.
But I can't believe some of the words that have popped up: potter, cobblers, toffee shop. It's very, very strange.
Do you live in Narnia?
A lot of people are sort of emailing in sort of brainy stuff
Brilliant.
and getting a lot of stuff about philosophy
Oh yeah.
and all that. Descartes, that's another one that's mentioned on an email.
Descartes, the French philosopher.
Descartes exists.
Yeah.
What's your question?
Well, he sort of cropped up on an email. Someone said, "What do you think of him?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know."
He famously he pondered his own existence. Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. He was thinking about that. He was thinking, how do I know all this is true? Everything around me. And he thought, well, I can see it and I can smell it and I can hear it. And he went, oh yeah, but my senses can be fooled. I could be dreaming. But if I'm dreaming, then at least I'm alive. At least I have some sort of consciousness. So if I'm even thinking about anything, I exist. I think, therefore I am. Cogito ergo sum.
But we don't need to know the Latin bit. Why is everyone always going back to Latin? It was ages ago. Why is that language always being... And were Latin people always in a rush? Because they seem to be like words for full sentences. Why couldn't they just take the time and say what they want to say? And it's just like, what was the rush?
to teach Latin.
What about Plato?
Right, Greek.
Right now, would you say he's a bright bloke?
Yes, I would. I'd say he's a very, very bright bloke.
Right, I'll tell you this. Right, if he's that bright, you know he got killed.
No.
Got hit on the head by an egg.
What?
Fucking hell! Well, he's not so clever then, is he?
Did he really?
Ooh.
I don't know.
What's the story with the egg?
He was on holiday or something, right? And
He was on holiday.
In Greece, probably.
In Benidorm.
he was having a walk about, and a bird was flying over the sort of.
This
over the
bird
beach.
was what? A great auk? What size bird killed him with his egg?
It was a big one, yeah.
Was it?
And the way they used to crack
An ostrich on a hang glider?
the eggs open to let the kids out, they used to drop them on rocks.
What bird is this? Dropping its egg to let the kids out? You are a maniac! You are a maniac!
And Plato had a little bald head.
Right.
So from the top, the bird's there looking down, and it goes, "Oh, there's a little rock. I'll drop the egg." Hits him on the head. Killed him. Now, this is what I was saying before about.
I'm letting too much go now because I'm so desensitized to his nonsense. I let him go. The bird saw Plato and said, "There's a rock down there."
Well, if these birds are killing people with bald heads, you've got to be terrified.
So, but
I'm
listen,
terrified
this is what I'm
now.
saying, though, right? Before about knowledge and that how knowledge is hassle or success is
That's
hassle.
that. I think that was Newton. knowledge is hassle.
Now, but why is Plato's intelligence got anything to do with the fact that this bird dropped it?
Because he was intelligent and he's probably earning a nice few quid by giving out whatever messages he gave out.
Yeah.
He could afford to go on holiday to exotic places. If he was working in a factory, he wouldn't have been on this beach with birds dropping eggs, is what I'm saying. So, in a way, it backfired. His knowledge killed him.
And that, I think, was Kierkegaard. His knowledge killed him.
He shouldn't have been on the beach. He was only there having a break or whatever from doing what he does. It wouldn't have happened if he wasn't on holiday.
He could get killed in the factory, though.
Exactly.
This is an email we've had saying, Karl, what do you take by the well-known saying, "A stitch in time saves 9"?
Oh, a stitch in time saves 9. Yeah.
See, it's another one that I don't think I've picked up on a lot of these sayings that are being sort of thrown about willy-nilly.
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 No, but I, again, it's one of them like last week. I've heard of it, but
what does willy-nilly mean?
It just sort of means, carefree.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, but what does a stitch in time save?
So you understood willy-nilly. So you used a phrase.
I mean,
nice, you used it. You said it willy-nilly, but you sort of got the gist of it. So what does a stitch in time saves 9 mean?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Think about it. A stitch in time saves 9.
Is it to do with sewing?
Well, yeah, sort of.
So it's not that clear.
So if you got a jacket,
yeah,
and the seam starts coming undone, oh, there's a little bit of seam. I'll leave it. Oh, it's getting worse and worse. Soon your sleeve falls off. So just need 1 stitch there. That'll do it. If you do it now, later you'll need 9 stitches, and that, of course, is an analogy to other things.
But it depends if you're busy at that point, because if you've got something else that needs doing, that means that isn't being done because you're messing about sorting out a hole in your coat, is what I mean.
He's not getting it.
You can't always do stuff straight away. So maybe, I don't know. I don't know if there's a sort of a middle ground where you don't have to do it straight away, but stitching
a stitch sometimes
time,
today,
say in 15 or whatever, meaning you don't have to do it straight away, but just do it before it gets really bad.
Brilliant. Do you think yours is less poetic than a stitch in time saves 9? So yours is, this is what you wanted to be a quote, right? Well, you could do it now, but if you're doing something else, then, well, don't do it immediately, but do it soon so it doesn't get really bad. Karl Pilkington.
No, but that's the same way I treat most things in life. It's like I never go to the doctors unless it's really
That is sensible.
bad.
That is very good advice.
No.
That's brilliant advice
Well,
for
it
anyone
is, though.
listening. Never go to
I
the
don't
doctors.
either.
Unless it's really bad.
But that's why a lot of people, die because they don't want to bother the doctor, or they're mildly embarrassed, or they don't know symptoms, bad symptoms. Go to the doctor if you're not sure about something. Like you were terrified to go and have your prostate.
Still not doing it.
Why not?
I wish you wouldn't talk about it, because now Suzanne will listen to this and she'll go, "Oh yeah, you haven't been," and start dragging it up again.
But why are you worried about a little a qualified doctor?
I don't know what they're doing up there.
What
year are we in?
I agree with Karl on this one. I'm the same like that.
They pop their finger up.
That's what I mean, though.
Why?
Why are they still using the index finger?
Would you prefer the forefinger or the thumb? Would you?
No, what I mean is, we've got
or a thumb on a stick. Some kind of thumb
on a stick.
Yeah, would you prefer it to
a
be
mechanical thumb, a robot thumb?
Why isn't it just a little camera?
Well, they put the camera up if they initially discover something.
Just put the camera up straight away.
No, they don't need to. They pop the finger up, feel that the prostate isn't swollen, wiggle it around a little bit up your back passage. What are you worried about?
I don't think they need to do
that.
Are
you embarrassed? Are you embarrassed about being in a room with your trousers around your ankles, and a little fella popping
a little bit, yeah.
Why?
And the other thing is, it's not just that, is it? So you go in there, they check your heart out and that, which to me is the most important thing, because that's what keeps you going, isn't it? Right? You've got to go there. You sat on the bus stressing out, thinking, in less than half an hour, I'm going to have a finger up the arse. Right?
What is the problem?
And you go in, they check your heart, probably check your testicles and that.
What's up with that? They check your testicles, yeah.
Yeah, but it's all building, and you sat there going, soon that'll be happening.
Yeah.
And that's what puts me off.
So if they just came round when you were asleep, Suzanne just let them in and goes, "He's over there," right? Yeah. And they crept up and went, bang. You go, "What are you doing?"
I just don't understand why they don't teach you how to do it yourself.
Wow. Imagine you squatting in the corner With one hand on your bollocks and the other finger up the arse, going, it seems to be all right.
Karl, you don't understand the phrase "a stitch in time saves nine." I don't think you should be doing any kind of invasive medical research in your own human body.
But then
Who knows what trouble you're going to cause?
No, but then at least
You would get stuck.
Yeah.
You would get
As soon as
stuck.
it come out, your fist would be up your own arse. Okay, I think it's probably time. Let me just check my watch. Yeah, it's monkey news time.
Whoa.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news, yeah.
So this week, anyway, it's more about tall buildings and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It was this bloke who was a builder,
Oh yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
and you know what builders are like. They sort of move about, don't they, from sort of building to building, just building.
Once they built it, the building's
exactly what
done,
they're like.
move on to build some more.
Building's done.
So he goes to his next job and that, right?
Who does the builder?
The builder
Build.
goes to like the
The new
boss,
building.
the boss of this building, who's building it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And he says what unto him?
Do you need anything building?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so he says, yeah, there's plenty of work and that going about.
Yep.
He said, we're working on this one here. He said, get going on it. Like, there's your bricks and your cement and stuff. Get on with it.
Yeah.
So
Any
there's
No qualifications.
Just build.
Just start building.
Yeah. Go up.
getting on with it and stuff. It's all going well.
Yep.
But he notices that there's someone working high up,
Oh.
right, on the
Okay.
top bit. So anyway, he's saying to like the other workers, he's going, who's that up there?
Who's that up
Like,
there?
He's working on his own.
The little fella, was he?
And
The little hairy fella up there.
Who's
he's
the little
saying.
hairy fella up there with the top, hard hat?
and the other fellows are going, look, don't ask questions. The boss decides who he takes on. We're happy to be getting paid here.
Well, I'll see him when he comes down.
So he said, well, it's pretty impressive, the work rate he's doing, the way he's getting from one girder to the other. He doesn't
Swinging, is
seem-
he?
He doesn't seem to be scared of the heights or anything. He said, no, just let him get on with it. We work well as a team. So anyway,
What nonsense is
So-
this? Like, he believes all this.
so he sees the boss and he goes, that fella up there, who's the fella up there? He's pretty good. And he's like, look, just get on with the job. Yeah, I'll pay you. Let's just all get on with our jobs. That. Lunchtime comes, they're all sat there, sat on a little wall having the sandwiches. He's thinking he'll come down in a bit. He's just carrying on.
Is he just still going?
Still
Yeah.
going on that, right?
Mm.
So the fella says to the boss man, he says, isn't that fella up there going to come down and join us for lunch? He said, like I said, mate, don't worry about him,
Yeah.
right? He
He's
said,
very secretive. I'm suspicious about this fella. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why,
Yeah.
I don't know why he's working through his lunch. I don't know why he's not scared of heights. I don't know why he's swinging from girder to girder. It's weird. Go on.
So he said, oh, anyway, you've reminded me that he's up there. He said he's doing a lot of riveting and stuff up there. He probably needs some more nuts to...
Right, sure. And what kind of nuts is that? Is that nuts to food or?
So he said, what, nuts? He said, yeah, just there's a bag full of them there. Just put them on the hook, send them up, and he can get on with his job. So anyway, he picks these nuts up,
Nuts,
right?
yeah.
Just hooks them on. He thinks they're not that heavy,
No.
considering, they're normally pretty heavy, aren't they? Like nuts
big
and
bag of
bolts and
nuts,
stuff.
yeah.
So anyway, he has a little glance in,
Oh no, what's in there? What you mean nuts that you can eat?
nuts that you can eat.
Oh.
So they send the bag up, and he's thinking, what's all that about? He checks him out, starts to stare, works it out. You can see that he's a little chimp running about. So he goes, I'm not happy with this.
Why
So-
isn't he?
Because he's working for an organisation that's, there's unions for this sort of stuff. Isn't there?
Yeah, he's not going, that's amazing. They've got a chimp riveting this building together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not scary. He's wondering if they're breaking union rules.
So he
Using
goes,
half talk.
So he goes and has a word with
he
the boss.
goes to the boss and he goes, look, I've worked out what you're playing at here.
Yeah.
He said, oh, them out
Is the
there.
boss sitting in a tyre?
So he goes, look, we're just all trying to earn a living here. He said, don't get involved in it. I'm happy to pay you, but I'm paying him. Don't interfere.
He's paying him.
And he's saying, look, I'm just not happy with this. It's not allowed. So the boss was saying, well,
We pay
be honest,
peanuts. We get monkeys.
he said, to be honest,
Yeah.
mate, he's a great worker. He's known for doing what he does. He's a good grafter. If one of you's going to go, right, I'm afraid I'll have to let you go because he's
Blimey.
been here longer than that.
Wow.
He was made redundant.
None of
because
that
the monkey-
happened.
He was laid off.
None of that happened.
Laid off from that. And that's
No.
where that saying about, like there's a lot of tower blocks and that in America. It's like the chimp off the old block is where...
Is that even a saying?
God. No.
That's monkey
No. Amazing.
My old man is a chimp off the old block.
That classic phrase,
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
oh, these monkey newses, they're getting weirder.
They're getting a bit far-fetched, aren't they? Well, whatever, loads of old cobblers.
Oh, well done.
Thank
Actually,
you.
there's a question I want to ask you.
Go on.
If you could be anyone, alive or dead, who would you be?
I feel like you've just lured me into a false sense of security here. Like I should be saying the same thing Ricky said, which was, why would you choose somebody who's dead?
Well, exactly. That's what you should be saying.
I mean, it depends. If I want to relive my life as an important person of history, I don't know. I'm on the spot there. I couldn't think of who I'd rather be but me. Good enough answer. I don't know.
Yes. Well, yeah. I'll take it.
I'm making my mark on the world in my own way.
Yes. I think I'd like to be Morgan Freeman
Oh, why is that?
because he's got a really good voice and a presence about him.
So it's the voice, really.
Yeah.
So you can do
Hello.
lots of audio books and stuff.
Hello. Well, that's not fucking Morgan Freeman. That's what's his name? George Takei. Oh my. Oh
Classic.
my. Course laid in, Captain.
Well, best of course has been laid in the captain.
Oh no, a wormhole. A black hole. Oh my. Anyway,
any Trekkies out there, I'm really sorry for what you've just had to witness. Please don't write in. Write in. Where am I coming from?
when have we got a PO box?
Yeah, I apologize. Obviously, the old person in me is like, yeah, we still use post office.
Yeah, send your answers on a postcard, kiddies.
Yeah, or the back of a stamped addressed envelope. Remember that
Yes.
one?
It's a PO box 123 London H24 9PV.
I really hope that's not someone's actual address because they're going to get bombarded now.
Oh no, that's another video I'm going to have to edit now. So, yeah, what do you think? Have you ever been to the Cobblers?
I mean, I go and get my keys cut, but I don't get my shoes repaired.
Well, no one does. It's let's go to Primark, isn't it? Or
Exactly.
just throw them in the bin.
Exactly. Well, in the recycling, you know.
And obviously, sorry, Greta. but the thing is, right? I don't know anyone who does that with the cobblers and stuff, and I think it's because Karl's family are all like they've done it for years, so they're set in the ways. So it's come from the parents and then their parents, and it's just carried on.
It was the thing back in the day. You go and get your shoes repaired. If you have that fancy pair of shoes that the sole's going on them, you just get it resoled and still wear them. But like you said, places like Primark are so easy and accessible now to get cheap shoes. You can just throw your shoes away and get a new cheap pair.
No, and it is bad. I know it is because you've got to look after your stuff and then make it more sustainable, haven't you? You can't,
of course,
keep just going out and buying stuff all the time. I remember David Beckham used to buy Calvin Klein's or something like every month. You know, what a white pair, and then he'd chuck them away after one wear. And I thought, what a waste.
It's the landfill filling up there, isn't it?
The fucking Karl Pilkington putting his ass on on the sink or whatever he was doing.
I love that idea. Someone's flashed at you. Yeah, you can have a bit of this for payback, you know.
But it doesn't work like that because in real life, obviously this must have happened to him. But if I'd have done that, I'd have been arrested because it's like I'm propositioning her to enter or something. I don't know.
Exactly. Usually, people who walk around the house naked, and this is not from experience because I don't do that kind of thing, but usually you don't walk around in front of an open window broadcasting the fact that you're naked because you know somebody's going to see. So.
Well, unless you're in Amsterdam. But the thing is, I mean, I have been known to do it myself. Yes. I'm in my own house, aren't I? But the thing is, I've gotten more and more, because obviously, I don't know if you noticed, ladies and gentlemen, but I've got kids. I know it's a shock. But I have been able to, do and make my own kids out of stuff. So basically, as time's gone on,
I'm sorry. Making my own kids out of stuff. Like what?
Yeah. Well, you know,
like blue tack, polystyrene, sticky back plastic.
Out of a fairy liquid bottle.
Oh yeah,
fairy liquid. But the thing is, what was I talking about now? Oh no! But as the kids have gone older, I've gone, oh no, we're best not walk around in my boxies or something. I'll just put a robe on. And now I'm getting older. I'm getting more susceptible to the cold. And I'm like, oh, it's too cold. I'm gonna have to put more on. And before you know it, you've got pajamas on and everything.
It's all about the layers.
Yeah, it's
really is.
freezing, isn't it? It's freezing at the moment, and it's not even winter yet properly.
Well, you're just getting the inner old guy prepared.
Yeah, I know. I'm nearly 40.
Wow. I remember that. Remember the 40s? Wow.
What, the decade, the 40s?
No.
How old are you? We'll meet again.
It's just oil of oil every night. People wouldn't have a clue, would they? You know what I mean?
Oh no, they don't. No, fucking, especially with your newfound look. You know, you're all slap-faced. You know.
Yeah. Apologies, everyone. The beard has been trimmed, but it is coming back. I'm quite known for growing my beard quite quickly, so who knows? Next time you see me,
you're
I
well
might
known.
full beard.
You're well known in Liverpool for that. I've noticed.
I'm really well known. Yeah, I've got a lot of fans.
What did they call you again? Davey Big.
Let's not broadcast that.
Davey Big Beard.
What, in the West Country or something?
Oh no.
You're like, hello, my lover.
Hello. Have you been to Cobblers?
I'm
Where's
not
your beard gone? Get out of this town.
Great big
Go to
pussy.
Liverpool. They're all pussies up there, you know.
Careful.
I'm not. I'm gone. I'm about.
I know you're in character.
I was in
It's
character
okay.
from someone down south.
Of course you were.
Anyway,
but to our southern viewers, hello.
Good evening, go my. So I shall end the video there before we get unsubbed.
Very well.
So thank you for joining me again, sir.
A genuine pleasure, and thank you to everyone watching. Thanks for spending time with us today.
And it's like a fucking novel, you know, bedtime story. Like, thank you, children.
Good night.
Good night.
Sweet dreams.
I like soft mints.
Random.
Do you remember the advert where that little kid comes in and he's like, Dad, I don't like hard mints anymore. I like soft mints. And they love me back. And then the guy's got a massive fucking mint head and he goes, no!
Oh,
I might superimpose that on the screen now in the edit.
I like soft mints.
it'd be cool.
No! I used to love that. Anyway, I bid you adieu. Goodbye.
Take care, everyone. Have a good one.
Bye.